Warm summer day, it's gorgeous out there. Got a little sweat going, trying to lose a little weight, trying to eat right, feeling pretty good. Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it very much.
Where are you? Where do you think you guys are compared to where normally with a veteran team where you would hope to be at this?
I'm comfortable with where we're at right now as far as being at day 6 of training camps. I am, Brent. I think the kids are trying hard. Their effort level's been good. We've been pressing just the physicality of our conference and trying to become a better physical football team, and I think they've been into that. We seem to be going out every day and trying to hit. Today I wasn't super pleased about it, but for the most part we're trying to hit people.
You want one?
Nice deal. Thank you.
Is it refreshing that you can go faster because the guys know your system, you've got more veterans, that you can focus more maybe on techniques and finite things as opposed to you line up over here, you line up over here, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think you're accurate there. I find the advancement of our offense is coming more from understanding of one another's personalities. I think we know these kids better. They know us. They know it's not personal when we're getting in their hiney right now. And I think when you're a young player and a new coach is yelling at you, you got to understand it's not personal. I think our team and their maturity understands it's not that way, and they're accepting coaching pretty good right now. Now, with what you talked about with the X's and O's, it goes without saying. If you do something more and more and more, you'll get better at it. So we are advanced that way. We understand the concepts a little better, but I think we know one another better, which is what I like the best. It's easier to coach guys, you know.
Do you think the offensive line is communicating better this year than they have in the previous years?
I think it goes to the same thing, Heather, I was just talking about. I think they're a year older. I think they understand one another better. They seem to be doing that, and I've enjoyed watching them play. I think they've been playing pretty solid football for us right now, up to day 6.
How much are you just experimenting with stuff?
Not much right now.
So like all the zone, wildcat, all that stuff is
just base stuff. We're just doing base installations now to probably, we'll go through about 10 practices of base installation before we try to start identifying who we are as a football team. And offensively, we'll have some big personnel meetings about who's going to be playing, who isn't. Coach will make those decisions, and we'll roll on from that. It's fun to watch, though. We've been able to be physical running the ball, which is intriguing. I mean, that's been fun to do. We have some vertical speed to be able to throw the ball, so we're comfortable with where we're at right now. It's like a big ball. You want to make that ball a little tighter, a little smaller as the training camp goes on, but we won't do that or even consider that until we get through installation.
Jim, you feel like you will have, when you go through everything you have, you feel like you will have more options than you've had since you've been here?
Well, I think their brains are better. They understand better. So with that, it's more playbooks. There's more schemes that are available to you. I think you got to be real careful of that. The aptitude of teams will dictate the depth of how deep you go in the playbook. Everybody thinks it's because they're experienced they can grasp more. I think they do things better because they're more experienced. I don't necessarily know that guarantees the aptitude rate.
With the addition of Patterson as a receiver, could you just talk about the dynamic now with Justin back from his injury and David Thomas? Well,
let's just talk individually about him. I think I'm real pleased with Justin. He had a wonderful summer. I think his confidence is there on his leg. He appears to be hitting a little dead legs like they are right now. So he's lost a little bounce. He's got to get through that, but I'm very pleased with where he's at. I've seen some catches that remind you of Justin, which are fun. He's not quite there yet. He needs to push through this last 20 practices before we get to that ball game, and I think he'll be ready to roll. Cordero's coming in here. He's that big, athletic, fast kid that we thought. There's been nothing he's done to disappoint or wow, what was that? We're comfortable. We knew him pretty well, and he's about right where we thought he'd be. A big, fast kid that can make some plays.
You mentioned you're intrigued by the fact you've been able to be physical and run for so long. Obviously, that's
been such a foreign part of my past, Brent. And I'm not referring to Knoxville. That can go back a few years.
Talk just a little bit about your running backs. What do you see? I know you're a long ways from personnel decisions, but collectively as a group, what do you see there?
Well, I think the kids are really getting used to Jay. I think Jay's doing a wonderful job with the guys. They're going out and competing with a real professional attitude. There's no giddiness. There's been a little silliness about our offense in the first 2 years here with Coach, and I feel like that's kind of disappeared a little bit. There's a more mature attitude when we go on the field, and it really shows up there. I think Rajon's doing a wonderful job of preparing for practice. He's coming out every day with a workman's-like attitude and doing a good job, as is Devrin, as is the whole group. Rajon's really raising his game, and Devrin's making plays for us a lot. So those two are getting up there and doing some nice things, and Marlon's being a steady performer and doing a real nice job on some third down stuff. And I don't know. I'm pleased with where they're at. It's going to be fun to kind of shape it as we get going, like a ball of clay, and as we start maneuvering through. I'm tickled with all those kids, and I think they're doing a good job.
What is it about Joseph Harris and Justin King that makes you hope that they can help the depth at tight end?
Stature. You know, that Justin King's a bright kid that can hit people, and he's 230 pounds, and he's a young kid. He's nothing going to get bigger and stronger. And Joe Ayers allows us to have someone who's got some physicality to play a position that we're desperately in need of. So with Joe's unselfishness moving over, that's a big plus for our team. It's what we preach to our football team about whatever we need to do as an individual, we need to do, and he's done that, and we're tickled with it. Now, how far he's going to advance, we don't know yet. We just moved him there, so I can't tell you where it's going yet.
It's finally getting a look at Justin Meredith.
Not quite yet. You know, he's been in and out. I still can't have I don't have a good figure on him yet.
You're talking about the offense and Tyler and just being a year older and more command of the offense.
Well, I think that's true. Once again, I think Tyler has that down pretty good. I'm seeing more growth with Worley and the Peterman kid. They've seen I call a play, they're not going to give it to me again, which is a good thing. I think Justin Worley's had 2 or 3 fantastic practices the last 2 or 3 days, so I'm real pleased with them. All of them. It's just the more you do something. I mean, it's like just like we all do in our business. The better you know, it took Hubs 10 times before he figured out how to turn that thing on. Now he's got it. So it's about practice, and we're practicing better, and the kids, a mature attitude is what I notice. There's no a lot of silly going on. It's just a real mature, it's a calmer, I like what I feel. And I don't necessarily say that's going to equate to a fantastic offense. I have no idea. But I like what I'm seeing.
It seems like Jay Graham is really holding those guys accountable at the running back position. And not only that, he's being really physical with them in practice. Would you just be surprised if the run game is not better, which is the attention to detail that Jay's been running practice?
Surprise is a hard word on a coach because nothing surprises you. But I feel like right now, I believe I'm going to see on the football field on game day what I see during practice. And Heather, I believe in that. So we're playing more physical throughout the week, so I got to believe you're right, that we will have a more physical running game.
And then with the first scrimmage coming up, it's going to be at what, Science Hill High School or something on Saturday?
It's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
I don't know where it is.
Do you? That shouldn't hinder your expectations for the first scrimmage, should
No.
it? Just being in a new location.
Absolutely none. Zero. It's a football field. I don't care if it's a cow pasture. No, not at all. Shouldn't hinder us at all.
And then how do you think the week
You
at
set me
Milligan
up
will
so
go?
for bad. So if I say, hey, it's because we're in a new environment. You're good, girl. You trap. I'm good. How do I think the week will go? I look for it to be a tremendous amount of fun and something I'm looking forward to. So it'll be good. I think our kids are excited about running up there and seeing what it's all about. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Jim.
Coach, go ahead, Fallon.
I missed the first part of this, just kind of evaluating.
They got it.
Come on now, Coach. I just missed the first part of it, just evaluate just what you've seen this past week.
Well, I think our kids, my number one comment, I think I see a better calm about our offense. More mature kids, they understand the offense a lot better. They seem to be reacting better to coaching. We're coaching in the same way. We're still getting in their butt, but they understand us better now that we're not personal with it, and they're trying to do a lot better with the coaching standpoint. But the maturity level is showing up. There's just a calm about us right now that I'm intrigued with.